what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I am back today with another makeup tutorial, and I'm really excited for this particular video because this is using a one brand tutorial. I've gotten tons of requests from you guys to do one brand tutorials, so I thought it would be perfect to do one today. I recently went to Target and I got a bunch of stuff from E.L.F Cosmetics, enough things to do a one brand tutorial only using E.L.F products, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm really excited that I chose E.L.F because they're really affordable, and I'm actually really impressed with the quality of the products, and they're really inexpensive. I do have to mention that I did use the E.L.F baked eyeshadows, and this is the only thing that I'm not too crazy about. I did find myself having to scrape the product with my nail in order to get some pigment and then apply it. However, I do really like it as a highlight. So I did use these two shadows right here, the two lighter shadows from the palette, as a highlight, and that worked out better than it did on my eyes. But other than that, I am really impressed with the products that I chose. This particular makeup look that I have on right now does not look like it's E.L.F products. It looks like very high-end quality products, so I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I really hope you guys like it because personally, I love it. It's very fresh face now for the springtime and even summertime. I tried to keep it very bronzy on the eyes with a little bit of sparkle, and the rest of the face is very glowy. And yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye! You guys, let's do this. So you guys know the drill. Per usual, we are going to start off by priming our eyelids with a concealer. If you have oily eyelids, definitely go in with a paint pot, but for today we're going to be using the E.L.F HD Lifting Concealer. I chose mine in the color Fair. I'm going to put this all over the lids. I'm going to blend it out with a damp sponge, and then I'm going to set it with the E.L.F High Definition Setting Powder, but any powder will work as long as that concealer is set to avoid any creasing. Then we're going to move on to the E.L.F Cool Bronzer Palette, and I am so impressed with this palette. It is so beautiful. I did take the lightest shade from the palette and I packed it from inner corner to outer corner as a transition shade. This particular palette blends out so easy and seamless. I am in love with it. So going back in with that same palette, I am going to take the darkest brown, and I'm going to start concentrating this a little bit tighter in the crease. Again, I'm going from inner corner all the way to the outer corner, but I'm making sure that the color is really concentrated in that tight crease. I wanted it to be as pigmented in the inner corner as well as in the outer corner, so make sure that it's pretty even. As you guys can see here, I did go back in and add a little bit more to the outer corner just because I felt like it was lacking a little bit, but make sure it's just as pigmented in the inner and outer corner. So pack it on there, and then you can slightly blend it up just a little bit, but not too high. And then I went in with the previous brush just to kind of buff away all the edges and make everything very seamless and like everything flows together. And then going in with that pinky shade that's also in the palette. This is a very cool tone palette, and I'm going to take the shade with a fluffier brush, and I'm going to just pretty much pack this in between the transition shade and the crease color, and this is just going to kind of mesh everything together and make everything flow a little bit nicer. Now we're going to work with the E.L.F baked eyeshadow palette, and I was so excited to try this, and I was so disappointed. I took the bronzy shade from the palette, and I actually had to scrape the shadow with my nail in order to get some pigmentation. So once I got the pigmentation though, I had no complaints whatsoever, but I did have to scrape the top of the shadow just so that I can get some pigment. So I am going to be applying this all over my entire lid. I felt like the look was missing a little something, so I did go in with the NYX Crystal Glitter. This is the liquid glitter in the shade Gold. And I know this is not from E.L.F, but it is just as affordable. These glitters are, I think, $2. So I love adding this on top of any makeup look because it instantly adds some sparkle, and you guys know me and my sparkle. I absolutely love it. So I did go back in with a crease brush and just blended out those edges. So now for foundation, I am taking probably my favorite foundation at the moment, no lie. This is the E.L.F foundation serum. You guys, this foundation is gorgeous. It's a very light to medium coverage. You can definitely build it up, and it's not a full coverage at all, but it feels so good on the skin and it looks beautiful. It gives you a very natural, dewy finish. I am obsessed with it. I'm going to be talking about it more in another video, but you guys, this foundation is bomb. Like, I am in love with it. So I did go ahead and fill in my brows really quickly, and then we're going to go ahead and start concealing. I did take the E.L.F HD Lifting Concealer once again, and I applied that to the under eyes, chin, bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, and the forehead. Now, I really like this concealer, but it is a little bit of a light coverage. I did find myself having to apply a couple of layers in order to get the pigmentation that I wanted, but it is a beautiful product as a highlight. I mean, it did cover a lot, but sorry about that, that was my phone. It did cover a lot, but I don't know. I'm more of a full coverage concealer type of girl. So if you like medium to light coverage concealers, you will love this one. So I am going to go ahead and set it with the E.L.F Brightening Under Eye Powder. I'm not going to be baking. I am simply just going to be applying some of that powder under the eyes. And then I'm just going to quickly wipe off any of the excess. And then for the rest of the face, I'm going to take the High Definition Powder by E.L.F. and I'm going to apply it all over the face with a fluffy brush, and this is just going to kind of help set everything. This foundation is very dewy and glowing, so I recommend you set it with some powder if you would like. If not, you can definitely leave it as is, but I always like to set my foundations. So now I'm going to go in with the E.L.F blush palette in the light shade, and then I'm going to take the bronzer color that's in that palette, and I'm going to use that to bronze. They do have a darker palette, but this one is the one in light. So I'm just going to really quickly bronze, and then I'm going to go back to the cool bronzer palette. I'm going to take the two darkest browns, and I'm going to use this to contour the outer edges of the cheekbones. This is just going to give us a slimmer appearance, so I love doing this step. And then I did run it through the forehead just to kind of balance everything out. I'm going to go back in with that High Definition setting powder, and I'm just going to apply this under that contour just to chisel everything out and kind of just clean everything up. And I love this powder. I actually need to get a new one because I'm running low. I'm going back in with that blush palette, and I'm going to take that light pink shade, and I'm going to apply this to the apples of the cheeks as my blush color. Now for highlight, I went back in to that baked eyeshadow palette. I grabbed the two lightest shades and I used that to highlight, and look at that gorgeous color. Now I did have to scrape these as well in order to get that pigmentation to show up, but it's totally worth it. Like this color is absolutely stunning. So I apply that to the highest point of the cheeks, down the bridge of the nose, and a little bit on the Cupid's bow. So moving on to the under eyes, I am going to be repeating the same steps I did in the upper lid to the lower lid. So I'm first grabbing the lightest brown, then I'm going to use a flat definer brush with the darkest brown, and that's it. The waterline, I actually lined it with a cream pencil. This is actually an eyebrow highlight pencil that I had. I don't know where I put my E.L.F one, so I just used one that I had near me, but E.L.F has one. I thought I had picked it up, but I have no idea what it went, so I just used what I had. And then for mascara, I am going in with the E.L.F Waterproof Volumizing and Lengthening Mascara, which I actually really liked. I applied some lashes. These are my favorite Forever 21 lashes. They are the style 2305. And then for lipstick, I am going in with a new lipstick from E.L.F in Touch of Nude, which is so beautiful. It has like a gray undertone. It's incredible. It's so beautiful. And then I'm going to top it off with the gloss from E.L.F in the shade Scott. And that is pretty much it. Once you have done that, your look is completed. I really hope you guys like this glowy spring e.l.f. tutorial. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Bye.